Alright, what's up guys? So today we will be talking about an event that I saw on the Bluebird app, aka Twatter. When I first saw this, I knew I had to make a video on it. But before we get into the tweets, I just want to apologize for the lack of uploads over the year so far. I've been busy with school / IRL stuff, and won't be able to post a lot now since I got college classes now. But when I saw these series of tweets, I knew that I had to make a video on this. Important update, she got hacked apparently, and now the original tweets have been deleted. I'm not sure if she actually did get hacked or if she's just trying to cover. And from what I've seen in the comments, they are conflicting, so I'm not totally sure. Although I am leaning towards the side of she did get hacked. Luckily, I was quick on the uptake this time and screenshotted before the tweets were deleted. The only downside is that they are all mobile screenshots. Without further ado, let's get into the tweets. So we have some strong independent woman who, judging from the initial tweet, isn't happy that some guy isn't giving her money. She says that, I asked this ninja for some money. He started telling me all the bills he needed to pay. Baby, IDGAF. And now you blocked. Yeah, how dare this guy want to make sure that he has his bills paid. He should have just given you the money. So what if he doesn't have water or electricity or a roof over his head? Clearly helping you out is more important than all of that. You show him, queen. But for real though, what the fuck? You block him because he can't give you money because he has bills to pay. Honestly, sounds like you did him a favor and he just dodged a bullet, especially if you overreact this strongly to someone having a good reason to not pay you right now. I hope that there is a really important reason for why you would need that money, but judging from the fact that you blocked him for not giving you the money immediately, I assume that the reason why you need the money isn't that important. Otherwise, you would still be in contact with him trying to get the money as soon as possible. But you know, maybe there is a really good reason why she blew up at him for not giving her money in order to pay his bills. This is the first tweet of the thread after all. Maybe there's more context that we're missing or a really good explanation for this. Who am I kidding? I've seen the whole thread. It only gets worse from here.
Buckle up, buckaroo!
The next tweet reads, it's ninjas who will send me $500 plus, no questions asked, and you telling me about some bills because I asked for 100? Baby, get the fuck on. I just wanted my money back for some groceries. If you have people willing to send you $500 plus, then go ask them for money. Wouldn't that make more sense, asking the people who can give you $500 plus, no questions asked, than the guy who has bills to pay? And really? You blocked him because he chose to pay his bills instead of giving you money for groceries. You don't even need the money for an important reason, and you chose to shit on him because he was trying to eke out a meager living. You need to get that ego dragged down from Mount Everest because he's actually working and contributing to society while you're just bumming around other dudes for money. The thing that really gets me with that tweet is based on the context of that tweet, he's not even dating her. Not that it would be right for her to act this way even if they were dating, but this dude is simply just some pay pig to her. I honestly feel bad for the guy. Imagine you are struggling to pay bills and this chick you're talking to just blocks you because you don't give her 100 for groceries. This dude is lucky that she blocked him because she just let him dodge a huge bullet, or to put it another way, the trash took itself out. But it gets worse as she then tweets out, I get paid every 2 weeks, followed up with a bunch of disgusted emojis along with a screenshot of him explaining the bills he needs to pay and him saying he only gets paid every 2 weeks. Well, now that you've shown more context, honestly, I'm gonna have to side with you here, as you make a really compelling point. How dare this man have a job where he only gets paid once every 2 weeks? What he should really be doing is mooching money off other people and blocking them when they can't pay due to bills like your bum ass. Imagine being this entitled where you are throwing a shit fit on Twitter because somebody chose to pay their bills over giving you grocery money when you apparently got guys willing to drop you $500, no questions asked. The sad part about this is that he expressed that he felt bad for not being able to pay her now after being treated like literal trash for the crime of having a job and paying bills. In exchange for his devotion, she kicked him to the curb at the first sign of trouble. The fact that she is shaming him for only getting paid 2 weeks is unreal. At least he has a job and doesn't need to bum off guys for money. You should try making money from a job instead of bumming off of random guys. Oh, look here, it's a job application for McDonald's. You should take it and then see if you still complain about him paying his bills. She then follows it up with, also, I don't want any broke ass ninjas in my mentions because I do have time today. Woman, you literally bum money off random guys. I think you should be grateful that you're able to do so and not ego it, especially when you're trying to shit on someone for just trying to survive in this world. Not all of us can bum money from random guys and live like you do. We have to work actual jobs after all, and we are also better people. This tweet marks the start of the phase on Twitter where people try really hard to defend their dog shit take after they get mocked for it and only dig themselves a deeper hole, because their next tweet after that is, I'm cracking at these people thinking I'm broke. Well, considering how you are mooching and bumming off guys for money instead of working like the rest of us, I wonder how people came to the conclusion that you're broke. Not to mention the fact that you use fucking dishwasher soap to shower, which I don't think is safe considering it's detergent. Like you couldn't even afford regular soap. There's also the fact that you cried about not getting a stimmy or unemployment money, and you also stole from Walmart, which isn't really that expensive to begin with. So based on those three events, yes, people can reasonably assume you're broke because let's face it, if you had any money, you wouldn't be crying about not getting a stimmy or unemployment money, stealing from Walmart, using dish soap in the shower, or mooching off random dudes. To continue the downward spiral, she says, not y'all mad at me because he don't have 100. I'm screaming, OMG. Oh, sorry, guess we should be mad at that guy because he's busting his ass off at work to pay his bills, and he doesn't have money left to pay you for your groceries. Yeah, we should be mad at him instead of the ungrateful bitch who can't wait 2 weeks for $100 and instead chooses to throw a shit fit trashing other people for having a job and bills. She then decides to repeat herself again by saying, Lamau, y'all on the internet mad at a bitch y'all don't know for calling a ninja y'all don't know broke. Alright, I'm done. Muting these tweets, y'all brokies have fun. At this point, her tweets have basically devolved into that drill tweet that goes, I'm not owned, as I shrink into a corn cob. People aren't quote unquote mad at you because he's poor. They're mad at you because you decided to try and shit on him for such a petty reason and for thinking that you were even in the right to post that. And it's kind of funny that you're asking why people are defending someone they don't know when you put the same person on blast. If we can't defend him because we don't know him, why should we attack him? We don't know him after all. How can you trash on someone for not giving you grocery money when he has bills to pay and then have the audacity to say other people are mad? You seemed pretty mad when you bitched about him not having money and then made an entire Twitter thread on him. She then shows DM messages where someone says you're a hoe and another person says you're broke and you're a beggar. You're better off being a whore for money. Out. Wow, what a bunch of terrible messages. You got called a beggar and a hoe because you were crying on Twitter about how some dude decided to focus on his bills instead of you. I truly feel bad for you. If the worst DM messages you have are people calling you a beggar and a hoe, then that's not really bad. Like, are they wrong? Especially on the beggar part. She's acting like people are DMing her death threats and racial slurs. I can tell that she wasn't DM'd that shit because if she was, she would be putting it on blast like it excuses her dog shit behavior. But to be clear, you would be pretty shitty if you sent her death threats in the ninja word. Just because she is a terrible human doesn't mean you have to be either. She then tries to follow up with, nah, for real, I'm done entertaining to help, bye. If by entertaining to help you mean being clowned for your dog water take, then sure. Like, yeah, guys, I'm totally not mad that my terrible treatment of another human got flamed to high heaven. Also, it's funny how they say they had time and now they're like, yeah, I'm out. What's wrong? Can't handle the heat after all? On a side note, can we talk about how anyone who talks like this turns out to be a shitty person? Like the amount of times I've seen someone talk like this bestie girl boss talk or whatever it is, and the amount of times they've turned out to be terrible is practically a circle if you put the two groups on a Venn diagram. But hey, they're still going, even though they said in their last tweet that they were done entertaining the help. Her next tweet says, okay, last screenshot. Why you DMing strangers this upset? And then she shows a DM from someone that says, girl, you mad weird for posting that, thinking we were gonna laugh. No, boo, you look delusional. I hope he block you and that dusty Bob. Get out of my face for real. Imagine being the person who tried to shame someone for paying their bills and then cried on Twitter about it and then trying to say other people are mad. And that dude's tweet didn't even sound mad. It just sounds like he's annoyed at your bum ass for being selfish and deluded enough to think that you're in the right after shitting on someone for no reason. She then, for whatever god awful reason, thinks that it's a good idea to say, joke's on y'all, he won't stop calling me. Okay, do you really think just because he's whipped to the point of you being able to shit on him for having his own life responsibilities and him still trying to talk to you makes you right now? Lady, you're still in the wrong. It's simply unreal how you think just because he still wants to talk to you after you mistreated him, that it gives you the right to disrespect and trash on him on Twitter for having bills to pay. The ego and entitlement from you is unreal right now. I hope he finally recognizes his worth and blocks you and finds someone who, at the bare minimum, won't shit on him for not giving grocery money when he's got bills to pay. He may be poor, but he has more value as a human being than you ever will. She then finally runs out of steam, thank God. Guess her earlier tweet about having time today was just hot air, and finishes off her Twitter thread with, okay, who gon' fight me? Yeah, guys, if you disagree with her terrible take on shaming someone for not paying for her groceries and instead focusing on their bills, you need to fight her. 1v1 me kid on COD, no scope, snipers only type beat. Imagine getting humiliated on the internet to the point of where you are trying to throw hands over the fact that you are a terrible and selfish person. No shame whatsoever. I almost respect it. Keyword being almost. What really gets me though is that after all that, where all of Twitter actually has common sense for once and tears her a new one rightfully, is that there are still Twitter users who still defend her. One such person said, wait till they find out we horse him in the chat after, while showing text combos of her and other people shitting on him for being paid in 2 weeks. Wow, you guys sure showed him, making fun of him just because he's a bit short on cash. If only he was able to bum money off other people, like some people here. Oh wait, at least he has an actual job instead of mooching off and relying on the fact that you have XX chromosomes to get simps to give you free money while you sit back and complain about others while not doing anything at all aside from existing. I seriously do not understand how these people think that it's a good idea to mock someone just because they don't have money to give away and then expect people to agree with them. Did they really think we would go, Yas, queen, you show his broke ass, put him on blast for paying his bills. Hashtag girl boss. This whole situation is kind of funny in a way though, because it is one of the few times on Twitter where people will unite and rightfully trash on people. It reminds me of a phrase I saw a while back that says, every day on Twitter there is a main character, and your goal is never to be the main character, i.e., the person who has a dog water take and gets clowned on. That woman was the main character that day by a landslide. You know, maybe that's the problem. These women are so ego inflated by having desperate dudes float them fat lumps of cash for the chance at pussy that they now look down on people for actually working. This inflated ego also makes them think that they can publicly put someone's financial troubles on blast on Twitter and think that people will side with them. I would say you should get a job and then see how hard it is to make money, but we all know that you don't have the skills for it. This incident is a prime example of the woman play on recruit difficulty meme. She gets free money and still whines and moans. Imagine getting free money and then complaining because you're not getting it fast enough. I hope this dude comes to his senses and finds someone who won't trash on him for paying his bills. The funny part about all this is that she could have stayed silent on this and continued to get her free money while avoiding being shat on by Twitter, but because she is so ego inflated, because guys give her money for free, that she actually thought that she was in the right and publicly posted this on Twitter. Let's not get it twisted. You are a bum mooching off free money. Be grateful that you even have this opportunity instead of trashing on other people for actually working. I just want to let you know that when you eventually run out of money and everyone leaves you due to your personality, Mickey D's still got that job application you can hit up anytime. Because let's face it, you're not getting anywhere higher than fast food, especially with your skills and that personality. That's all I have to say. See ya.
I've been so alone ever since I left the tribe. That's just how it goes, cause I like the lonely vibe.